this motherfucker right here. We pulled up in the garage, or in the driveway. He was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not gonna come and drive you back and forth. I spend 4 hours driving you. I drive here, I drive there, I drive back, I drive home. It's 4 hours. I'm doing too much for you and you don't appreciate it. And things that are very important to him is respect, attitude, something else. And I don't possess any of them. And that, humble. Respect, humble, and attitude, I think. And I don't possess any of them. He said, you just take shit for granted. No, I don't. I just kept asking him, can you give me examples? What are you talking about? He said, I don't owe you an explanation. I can't get into it right now. I have to go somewhere. You noticed that I was driving fast, which he was. He was driving 55 and 80 and 55 zone. He was like, had road rage. He was kind of edgy the whole way. I want to know, how am I disrespectful? I said, this is all because you can't get in my pants. He said, no, it's not. I'm way past that, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, this all started when I told you that we weren't together. He said, yeah, you got an attitude about Kovu and blah, blah, blah. I didn't have an attitude. I just said, no, we ain't together. I said, we ain't together. I just didn't understand the context of it. So he thinks that this whole time, I said, I ask you to let me know when you get home safely. You know, I say thank you. I may be a little edgy, yeah, because you rub me wrong, but at work, I'm very respectful. I just follow what you say, do what you say regarding the work that we do. You know, I don't have an attitude. I always say thank you. So no, I don't take advantage. And I am humble, thank you very much. You don't possess that, you don't respect. I don't possess respect, humble, or a good attitude. So he's not gonna drive me anymore. He said, I will supply you with an income, but you have to get there. And it's in Vancouver. I live in Newburgh, Oregon. Vancouver, Washington. And he knows that my license is suspended, that I'm not supposed to be driving. I said, best believe I'll be there. God, I need you, Jesus, I need you to take care of me on the way there and the way back, all this time until I actually get a license that is valid. I'm risking everything. That's what he knows. He knows I'm risking everything. But I looked him straight in his eyes. I did. It's the first time I've ever really looked at his eyes. And I just looked at him. I said, you're something else. You are something else. And that's the first time I really looked in his eyes, and I could tell that it kind of was like, yeah. I looked deep into his eyes too, not like romantically, but yeah. Like this motherfucker here. Yeah. And then when I was leaving, he rolled down the window because I went up to the side of the door and I said, you gonna give me the address? Can you give me the address to the facility? He said, I'll text it to you. I said, you promise? I said, yeah, I promise. All right. This is crazy. I take shit for granted, huh? I never asked you. I never asked you to come pick me up. I didn't ask you to take me to the resort. I didn't ask you. That's the thing. How am I taking you for granted? Or, you know, taking advantage of you when you're the one that you're offering? I just say, okay. I appreciate it. I do. I just have a flat effect to me because I've learned to not absorb other people's energies, especially when they pissy. I forgot to take his food out of my bag. He said, put my food in the trunk. At first I was like, I'm not going to. But I was going to, but then I really forgot. So it wasn't intentional. So I had his steak in there. I'll put it in the fridge, probably bring it tomorrow for him. I'm not appreciative. I don't show respect. I have an attitude. And I'm not humble. I am all of those things. Thank you very much. I am. Maybe not to you, but I am. I thought I was. You want some poo nanny. That's what it is, even though you, no. That's, yeah. You wanted to be with me like 2 days ago. You wanted to date me 2 days ago. And now you don't want anything to do with me. What does that tell you? You said that I'm beautiful in every corner of your eyes. That means every corner. Especially due to my attitude, my respect, my humbleness, my everything. Every corner. Instead of every corner. Yeah, just because you can't touch this. I think that's what it is. In the end. Yeah, I just looked at him for a little while. Because he kept saying, I gotta go. You see that I was rushing here. I just looked in his eyes for a little while. I didn't break contact either. I say, alright, you are something else. You are something else. So Lord Jesus, I need you to protect me. Do not let me get in any trouble. No fender benders, no tickets, no cop just wanting to fuck with me just because I don't have any insurance on my car. Oh shit, the tags are expired. Tags are expired. Shit. Oh, I got my rent paid. So, if I miss a couple days, I miss a couple days, I guess. Thing is, he needs me. Good luck doing the inventory on your own, on a spreadsheet. I ain't gonna tell you how to do the sums unless you wanna look it up. Because if that was the case, he would have done spreadsheets a long time ago. And all his customers loved them. I did his business card and his flyers, which look superb. That he has. But he cannot fix the back. That's the thing. On the back, he wants to start doing different things. Like little things, and edibles, and all this other stuff. You're going to have to be able to fix the back. Smash the front. Edit and update your flyer. If that was the case, you would have done this a long time ago. Long time ago, before you even met me. You keep venting that you have a lot to do regarding sales. And if I wasn't there to do your inventory, and oh my, 4 days. Yeah, if I wasn't there to do his inventory, I mean, he's said he's been looking for somebody for a long time. He's had people come up to him and be like, you know, I'd love to work with weed, and it sounds like a really cool job, but you have to be able to trust you. So apparently, he trusts me. But all of a sudden, you and your feelings. That's what it is. You and your feelings. It is a personal problem because I have not been. Yes, I had attitude at one time when I was irked and I was outside of myself, and ever since then I've been cool. Because Kathy said, look at him as a boss, not somebody who wanted to date you and you see all these things about them. So that's what I did. My tags expired. The only thing I could think of is ask Kathy to lend me some money. I pay her back once I can go to work, but I need to get a hardship permit which means you can drive to and from work. At the time, I didn't have a job, so there was no point. Actually, I got one in 2024 because I knew this was going to happen. I knew I was going to have to go to work, but they didn't convict me until February. It happened in June of 2024. They didn't convict me until February 2025. So by that time, the hardship permit expires over 6 months. Hardship permit costs $160. And then I'm going to have to renew my tags and get insurance on my car. But I don't know. It'd be great not have to be with him all fucking minute. But yeah, just sprung that on me. I ain't coming to come get you no more. I'll supply with an income, but you have to get there. Knowing damn well my license is suspended. I said, bet, I'll be there. And I said, I need to find Kovo's toy. I think it's under your seat. And he was looking. I said, I think you have to get out. I think it's under your seat because he was crawling over there. He said, not over there. I said, before he got out, I said, I need you to look because I need to make sure I get that toy because I'm never getting this fucking car again. I've never cussed. When I cuss, it's real. When I talk, it's real. I'm very quiet. I'm a quiet person. Intentionally. Around certain people. And my thoughts are thought out. So when I say something, I mean it. I thought about what I was going to tell you. It wasn't a reaction. Like, I don't drink. You made me a drink anyway, saying this, that, and the other. I don't want to date you. You were trying and trying and trying and trying. And he's like, I've been trying. I done told you I don't want you. Like, why are you trying? That's probably what he's talking about. I think in the end it's because he couldn't get no punani. I really do. Because he was talking about how a drought. He said, I've never been in this long of a drought. It's been 6 months and I had some, blah, 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 blah. He asked me, how long's your drought been? I said, I don't see it as a drought. I don't. I got toys. I didn't tell him that. I just said I don't see it as a drought. I don't. I got toys. Women hold power. Women's pussies hold power. They do. Because in the end, I was thinking on the way here, you know, guys pay for pussy. You never hear women paying for dick. No. Not that I've heard anyway. I had a guy, I asked him one time, because the guy that's providing me with the safe space, I think his name was Sam. And I asked him why he had sex with me. He said, because you let me. I said, that is a terrible reason to have sex with somebody. I could have fucked your life up. I could have had STDs. I could have had you impregnate me. Did I possess any characteristics of a good mother just in case you did knock me up because it only takes one time? No. It's because I let him. I have to find my own way. I gotta call Kathy and see what she says. Because I said I'd be there tomorrow. Probably won't be able to be there tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday. But my bills are paid. I got credit on my electric still. My trash, I think I paid. It was $25. I think I paid that. My internet bill, my phone bill, I've paid. My rent, I paid. And I got food stamps. Those are the main things I'm worried about. I'm not respectful. I'm not humbled. I take advantage. He said, somebody in your position, you would be grateful. I said, I am grateful. I just kept asking him, can you give me examples? And he, no, I gotta go somewhere. I gotta go. You saw I was in a hurry coming here. And I don't owe you no explanation. Okay. So I looked him straight in his eyes. See, it was something else. I've never looked him in his eyes for a period of time. Yeah, he told me, if you start dating somebody else, or dating somebody, not somebody else, because I never dated him, we hung out. He said he'd be jealous. But now you don't want anything to do with me. Now you're saying all of these things that you don't want to possess, want anybody around you to possess. But you wanted to date me. And I was beautiful in every corner of your eyes. And you had all these nice things to say about me. But now, yeah, when I came back from the gorge, he said, where'd you go? I said, I went to go look at the gorge. Normally, if you're friends, you would wake them up in the morning, go out and get something to eat for breakfast together, and he wanted to go to the hot tub, so I went and did the nature trail because I told him that's what I like to do, and I highly doubt he ever would do that because he don't look like somebody who works out or even wants to work out. He wanted to sit in the hot tub. So I walked to the creek trail, and then my phone was dying. And but I wanted to capture the gorge. I really did. I really wish I went up higher, but I don't think I could have made it up that way. But yeah, I did. Naturally, I would have waited and be like, hey, do you want to come see this with me? But I didn't want to say, come on, Lisa, let's go. No. You wouldn't let me take a picture that would take 2 minutes, like we were outside of office something or other. And it was on a strip mall, and there was a lion, which reminded me of Empire. That's really why I wanted to do it, and it was cool. It was a lion, so I just wanted to take a picture of it, with it, you know, real fast. It would take 2 minutes. My father would have done it. My man will do it. That's the thing. No, if my father would do it, you will do it. If you're my man. But he said, Lisa, come on, let's go. Like it was nothing. He just dismissed it. Like he said, you just sweep my feelings under the rug. He's butthurt. That's what it is. Because I've never disrespected him. I've never... Yes, at the very beginning, there's things that he does that... I don't know. I'm not all giddy around him. No. But I think it bothers him because he's good at sales, right? He's good at sales. And he was talking about he knows a person that he bought something from Facebook Marketplace. And it was in that area, and he said it was gorgeous, and this guy was showing him his house and gave him a bottle of wine that actually cost more than what he was buying, all this stuff. And I said, he must really like you or whatever. And he said, well, I'm good at sales. I'm good at making people feel comfortable. No, you're not. Like deep down, no, you're not. You are the only one that I've met that irks me to my core. I don't exactly know what it is. I take things for granted. He said, I only help people that are appreciative, and you are none of these things. If I wasn't appreciative, I wouldn't say thank you. You know, I don't know what you want from me. I ask to make sure you tell me when you get home. Every time you leave, I ask you, let me know when you get home. I gotta go, Kathy. Something else.